Hey, did you start? Okay, never mind.
It started. Yeah. What were you gonna say? I can edit this part out.
No, no, I was just gonna get a book to raise my computer up because I feel like I'm looking down.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Um, Hi
Speak.
everyone.
No, I mean go ahead, get your book.
Look what I got, Alex.
Ooh.
It has concept art. It's like super dope.
Oh, nice. Let me see. Wait, I can't see it. Hold on. Oh,
Do you
wow.
need to present? Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
It's amazing. I just got it.
It's like the history of the Disney movies.
Exactly.
Hold on.
The hills are alive
With the sound of music.
with music. My heart should have. There we go.
La da dee, la da da.
Look, also, I got it for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
It's a monitor. It's a Dell.
Yeah.
That looks stolen from Net2 TV.
No, it's like you can like raise it up that easy.
Turn it sideways?
Holla.
Huh?
You turn it like vertical? Does it go vertical?
No, but it tilts.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't do that. Hell's yeah.
So cool.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, well, we're broadcasting. Who wants to start it off this time?
I guess I will.
Okay,
Uh, you want me to go?
whenever you're ready.
No, breaking news. Okay. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Couch Lords. This is episode 2, season 2. Yay! I'm Marcus Drew Steele,
I'm Alex Manas.
I'm Alex Monroe.
and we have a ton of new shows to talk about, along with some of your favorites. We've got Screen Queens, we've got Empire, we've got Quantico, which was absolutely amazing.
Yes, it was.
We're talking Penny
Was.
Dreadful, we're talking Doctor Who, and a lot more. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. I think we're getting started off with Quantico, which aired on Sunday. Who wants to start?
Monroe, you go.
Okay. First of all,
Just like Manas to pass off the baton.
I have to congratulate all the new shows for having a strong female lead
Yes.
and more of a mixed race cast.
Yes.
So she,
Yeah, there are very few shows with a Muslim character or
I
multiple.
know.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Muslim character, Indian. I mean, it's not only is the lead a female lead, but she is Indian, which is
We've
very
also seen a lot more LGBT couples and
Yes.
people and everything. So that is amazing. You know, the diversity. Still not all the way there. Don't get me wrong.
We're getting there.
right.
It's definitely on the upslope.
So this season premiere was super good. It started out as the whole episode is like a back and forth. So in the like present time, this Democratic convention just got blown up, and the main character Alex is taken into questioning by the FBI, and then it flashes back to the first day of their
When they got all recruited.
Yeah, the FBI training camp. Yeah.
Yeah, they just got recruited and they just got their first assignment, which is you have to like the FBI presents a packet full of everything they know about all the recruits, and the other recruits have to find out one missing thing in their packet. So that was basically what happened for this first episode. So, the blonde girl in the show is from Unreal, which was on Lifetime, and I love her. The guy, one of the guys in it, he was on Resident Advisors on Hulu, which was really good. And the other guy,
Which guy?
he was the one who, like, his parents got him into the training.
I don't know if it was him or not. Was that him?
Mhm.
Okay.
He was the stupid Resident Advisor, the really dumb one.
Oh, yeah. Got you.
Graham Rogers, I think, is the actor's name.
Yeah.
Graham Rod. Yeah.
And okay. Anyway. Oh, and the guy from Sense8, the cop from Sense8.
Yeah.
was in
Brian J. Smith, that's right. I was surprised to see him. Marcus and I were talking about that the other day on the phone, how we thought, okay, wow, like he's really taken on a whole other show because he's already in the middle of doing Sense8, which was...
Wait. Hashtag spoiler.
alert.
Spoiler alerts. There are
this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler, a major spoiler for Quantico.
Yeah.
And then he goes crazy and kills himself in the first episode.
It's so funny because, like, not funny because he killed himself, but, like, I sort of called it. I was like, wait a minute, he's doing 2 shows? Like,
can't have the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he ended up offing himself, and I was like, well, that explains it then. He's a guest star on the first episode.
And it was because the one of the recruits found out his missing thing from the packet, which actually turned out that the FBI overlooked this, that he got an underage Malawi lady pregnant, right?
Right.
And then what happened? I forgot. And then
died. Like she had the baby and then she died. But the guy who was doing his interview was just bluffing. I actually didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And he was like bluffing to scare dude, but the other dude thought that, oh, he knows my secret, and so he like held him in the room, in the little interrogation room, and was trying to threaten to shoot him, and then he ended up shooting himself.
And so that was one of the surprises in this episode. The other surprise is you find out that the Muslim woman is a twin. So there's 2 of her that she's only like one person. So no one knows that there's a twin living with her.
Yeah, because she's the only one in a private dorm because she has to wear the
hijab, right?
The hijab, yeah. And so technically, but for religious purposes, she has to be in her own room. But it gives her a good reason to hide the fact that she's got her twin sister living with her. If she's in fact, her sister or just some sort of lookalike, we don't fully know the story yet. We just know that there's 2 of them.
So those are the 2.
Manas, I think that the twins are like a red herring. You know what a red herring is, like in literature? I think because obviously it's like, oh, well, they've got something to do with this, and I bet maybe one of them is protecting the other for like some totally different storyline and has nothing to do with being a terrorist, but they're just throwing that in there to kind of throw you off track and off base of who the real terrorist is.
Right.
So in this whole thing, if the present day, when the convention got blown up and the main girl Alex got brought in for questioning, they think they know that someone was already a terrorist when they came to train. So we're like, now the story is we're kind of trying to figure out who. What do you guys think? Who did it?
I don't know.
Because it obviously wasn't the guy who killed himself.
No. I don't think it's the main character either. That would be an awesome twist at the end of the season, because I'm sure they'll explore this whole season who it's going to be. Honestly, I think it may be the gay guy.
You think?
I don't know. Possibly, maybe. I could be
well,
wrong.
That, or maybe we just don't know who it. We haven't met this character yet.
Well, no, it's got to be one of the people who were there. They said.
I think it was. So there's the woman that's the head of the training camp, and then the guy. Because in the flash forward, he was like rearing to go, and then the leader woman, she was in the van trying to haul that girl away because she knew something.
Right.
So.
She was helping her though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. So I think it's the guy. That's what I think.
I think I need to see one more episode before I determine and really get to see them a little bit more and interact, because then it may be the other dude that she slept with in the first episode.
Yeah, he could be a part of it too. I don't know. I feel like it's just too early to tell.
Yeah.
I can't. I need a little bit more. I need to see a couple more episodes, and then I could probably formulate, who, And I wonder if it's going to be like one of those things where they're going to start killing off people one by one.
I hope
not. What?
I said I hope not. I hope it's more of they team up. It would just you discount that person and then they team up to figure out who the real person is.
But there's so many characters right now, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes.
Ensemble casts are all the rage.
Yeah.
And the main girl, the actress who plays her, has a super hot voice. It's kind of deep, but seductive. Yeah. And her hair I can't deal with it. It's so cool.
Okay, so her name is Priyanka Chopra. Yeah.
Yeah. Her hair is like hair envy. I hate it so much. I want it.
Beautiful. So she was crowned Miss India and then Miss World back in the year 2000.
Yep.
So 15 years ago.
Makes sense.
She's also a music star and like a Bollywood star.
Bollywood actor. Let's see. Okay, I have the facts right here. Let's see. She is the first Bollywood actress to portray a lead role in an American television series.
Okay.
Born in India, she is a well-established actress within the Indian film industry, having won several Best Actress awards in her native country. And then when Priyanka Chopra returned to India at age 17, her mother submitted her for the Femina Miss India beauty pageant without her knowledge. Not only did she end up winning, thus becoming Miss India World, she went on to win the Miss World title in 2000 at age 18. And she attended high school in Massachusetts, Iowa, and New York. While a teenager, one of her crushes was Tupac Shakur.
Wow.
That did not turn out well for her. All right.
No hurt.
I like her a lot.
So what are our overall thoughts about Quantico before we move on?
A.
I give it a B+, A-.
Dang, so harsh.
Why is that harsh? That's good.
No, it is. It is. I'll give it an A too. Or just because it's I'm sticking with it. I'm giving it.
Okay.
I'm sticking with it. A. Yes.
Okay.
So cool. Wait, you can catch Quantico on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. on ABC. It comes on right after Blood and Oil, which is a terrible show. I'm just gonna put that out there. There you go.
Yeah. Is that IMDb says 10 o'clock, but I don't know if that's
I think it'll be Eastern.
Eastern. Okay, so
9 o'clock Pacific time.
9 o'clock Pacific time. Okay.
So maybe 10 o'clock Eastern. I don't know. I don't know about these time zones.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Next on my list, real quick, and the only reason why I watched this was because a friend of mine was on the show, Life in Pieces. It's actually starring Colin Hanks and Diane Weiss.
Probably.
She was in. She was Gene Hackman's wife in The Birdcage.
Oh.
So she's on it. Anyway, it's a family comedy. It has to do with 4 different stories within the family, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty quirky. There's 3 grown-up kids. 2 of them are married with children. One of them is living in their parents' basement and has to endure their parents' sexcapades. And I don't know, it's interesting. It's pretty funny. But I wanted to get a quick shout out to that only because my friend was in it. Sofia Gonzalez, she played the waitress at the Mexican restaurant, and she was really funny. She was great. And that's that.
I liked it. I thought it was clever. I also have a stupid huge crush on Colin Hanks. And I don't know why. He's so cute. I love him. And the guy, Don from Newsroom, is in it. He's the one that lives at the parents' house. So those are the only 2 reasons I thought, I was like, it looks whatever. And then I watched it. It's actually super funny.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I liked it. I might catch a couple more episodes, see if it goes anywhere. But it's pretty. Oh, also Betsy Brandt from Breaking Bad is in it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they got some names in there. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And network.
It comes on Mondays at 8:30 on CBS, and I think that's 8:30 is Central Time. I'm just looking at IMDb, and they don't give me.
Go to TV Guide too. They may have a good.
Okay, but they say at least Monday nights at CBS. So. Okay, so what do we have next on the list?
Let's talk about. Well, let's do like a mix of new and, of course, returning shows.
Oh, we didn't get a chance to talk about Heroes last time. You guys want to?
Yeah, let's do that one real quick.
Okay, so Heroes Reborn. This is the miniseries It's sort of spin-off of the original Heroes that aired from 2006 to 2009.
Yeah, they said it's a continuation of the last season, the last series.
What's that?
They said it's a continuation of the last series.
It's a sort of continuation because it's been some time that's elapsed between now and the last series, and they're just they're making this season a mini series. I don't know if it's going to continue depending on the ratings. It's actually okay. So far it's better than the entire 4th season of Heroes.
That was terrible.
Yeah, third season is when it started to fall apart. Now, from what I remember, they had a lot of drama behind the scenes, which caused the show to take a dip. Because the first season was, I mean, it was perfect. It was spectacular. The characters were there. It was great. They had this system of writing that was just, I mean, it was just phenomenal. The story, it was all there. Second season, it wasn't as good, but it was still a pretty good, integral part of the story. And you got to learn more about some side characters from the first season, such as, you got to learn more history about George Takei's character. Unfortunately, the second season is what that's where it started to take a dip in the story because they only had like 11 episodes when they would plan for 22 because that's when the writer's strike happened. And that was when things were starting to get streamed online, and that was the reason because the writers were not getting paid for online streaming. So that there was a writer's strike, and so they had to shorten the season. Third season, I think, is when they fired the producer. And a lot of writers left, and some came back, and it just wasn't strong enough to hold on to its own. And then fourth season is when it all went to hell. So Tim Crean came back. I guess they made amends with NBC, whatever, and they brought back this miniseries. The main character is, I would say, is Noah Bennett, right?
Yeah.
Noah Bennett. Everybody known him as the horn-rimmed glasses guy from the original series. And apparently Claire's dead, but we're not quite sure. We know she's not coming back. Hayden Panettiere is not coming back.
No, she's dead and she went to Nashville.
Right. So
said in an interview that she wasn't involved with the show. So I mean, there's a potential that maybe if they get picked up for another season, she could possibly come back. But she was on Kelly and Michael the other day, and they asked her about it, and she was just like, "No, I wish them all well, and I'm excited to watch and see and stuff." So they probably won't kill her character off, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They did. There is a whole convention between the Evos, which is the people with powers, and the regular people. And, it was weird because it was just, it was a very quick beginning. It's like, oh, shit, Claire's dead. People are dead.
Well, yeah, because there was this huge explosion that they're trying to uncover what happened because now I guess the town of Odessa has turned into, pretty much a wasteland.
Yeah.
And so, but then they found some documentation about who was registered to go and who wasn't, and apparently Claire was not registered or she did not attend.
That's true.
So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to leave it open where she can come back. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff up in the air right now, but I think they did finish filming already. So I don't think she's going to come back and make an appearance. But you just never know. She could just come back as a cameo, and they're just not saying. So the other thing is, what's the name of the actor, the guy who's hunting down the Evos with the lady?
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi. I had no idea he was going to be a bad guy. I had no idea. And he's pretty good as a bad guy, too.
He is.
Yeah.
Hot.
And then, let me see, I'm going to the page.
Well, I mean, just the storylines, I didn't like the video game.
Yeah, I get what they're trying to do. So the whole, Hiro, the character Hiro, his storyline was always pretty quirky. So I think they were trying to take it into that quirky route with the video game stuff, but it wasn't sitting well. I don't know. It was just no.
It's not a power. The thing, if video games didn't exist, would that power not exist? In the early 1900s. I mean, it wasn't something that was none of the powers are realistic, obviously, but
right.
That was just. It was just. I thought it was kind of stupid.
Right. It was totally stupid.
I like the high school boy. What is the actor's name? Is Robbie something. He played Peter Pan in Once Upon a Time.
Oh, okay.
And his power is he can suck things out of pull things, anything, a person or an object.
He can teleport things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sends it somewhere, but he didn't know where.
Yeah.
He figured it out. Whatever he's thinking of at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They go there. So.
And then there's also there's that character Carlos.
Yeah, I know it's not El Luchador, but it's something like that.
I think they call it El Vengador.
The wrestler with the superhero wrestler.
He was on Pretty Little Liars too.
Oh, was he? Ryan Guzman.
Yes, he's good looking.
Guzman. So.
And he, what was his? Did he have a power? Did he show any power?
They don't know yet, but apparently his whole family does because his brother was the secret masked guy.
Right. Yeah.
And he had that super strength or whatnot, and then his little nephew
has some powers. Yeah.
We're assuming that he has a power, but he just doesn't know about it yet.
Yeah.
So that'll be something interesting to find out.
And we saw the return of the Haitian.
Yes.
He tried to kill. Spoiler alert! He tried to kill Noah.
Noah.
I snuck that in there. He tried to kill Noah, and Noah was like, "What are you doing? Why are you trying to kill me?" He's like, "Because you told me to." So obviously, he had told him to kill him, and then the Haitian used his powers to make him forget it. But then, in a struggle, Noah ends up shooting the Haitian and killing him. Oh, as far as we know, because he's supposed to appear in a few more episodes. He signed on for 6 episodes.
Well, maybe flashbacks. Yeah.
It could be what?
It could be flashbacks.
Could be flashbacks, yeah. So we'll see. And then there's what's her name? Miss Eastwood, who plays Molly.
Oh, Molly.
Yeah. The main girl.
She was the one who could track down the other Evos in the original series.
I don't know she has a power yet either.
No, that's Molly. That's Molly from the original series.
Molly, the little girl.
Yeah, she was the little girl who can track down other people with powers.
Yeah.
She's all grown up now.
Grown up? Okay.
Yeah.
She's Clint Eastwood's daughter. She's super pretty, too. I like her.
Gorgeous. Yeah, she's very beautiful. And then, I mean, that's what we kind of have so far. I guess we're going to see Dr. Suresh come back sometime soon. They kind of teased his character coming back.
He has a great voice, too.
Yeah. And then there's also, I think, the
mom.
Petrelli mom? What was her name? Her first name? I forgot her first name.
I don't remember.
Petrelli. I think she's supposed to come back. Hero's definitely coming back.
Yes.
I mean, it's got a lot. If you were into Heroes when it first started, it's got something there, but it's still I think it's still trying to find its footing. I mean, I can't. It's not it wasn't a great opener. It was really long, and most of it was good except for the whole video game part. It just threw me way off. And there was a lot going on. So, but we'll see. I personally give it a solid B.
I think I would give it a B-. I was never really a Heroes fan, but it interested me. Just all powers and stuff, and so now to kind of see them rebooted a little bit. Yeah. I'll be interested to kind of see what happens. The first episode, like you said, was extremely long. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this to be over. But I give it a B-.
I give it a B+. But fun fact, my father worked at NBC when Heroes just came out. And NBC was doing like these fairs and conventions, and I went to one and I met Hero, Masi Oka. I met him, and I met the actor who played Nathan Petrelli. So.
Oh wow! Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So special place in my heart.
Is what's his? Hero's friend Ando?
Yeah.
Is he supposed to come back, or did he? I can't remember if he died in the original series.
I think they saved him. Like they went back, I think. But I don't remember because I think I stopped watching the 4th season. Yeah,
I watched it all the way through just because it was so diehard, even though it was sucking so bad. And I can't remember. Huh?
That's a shout out to you.
He was cute. He was a little baby face, so adorable.
And they drove around the little Nissan Versa. Okay, so I got some fun trivia here. Fun or not so fun, doesn't matter. Zachary Quinto, who played the antagonist in most of the series, will not be reprising his role as Sylar. Duh, we knew that. He said it was mostly due to scheduling conflicts. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Ali Larder, who played Nikki, Jessica, and Tracy, she also couldn't come back because of scheduling conflicts, which sucks. But they really just wrecked her storyline.
We should bring Mika back. Micah.
Yeah, he's coming back, right?
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's coming back. Let me see. So the people who are back, we know Jack Coleman, who plays Noah Bennett, Mazi Oka, who plays Hiro. There's Jimmy Jean-Louis, who plays the Haitian. Greg Grunberg, who plays Matt Parkman. He's coming back.
He's the cop.
Yeah, Mika. Noah. His name is Noah Gray Cabby, who plays Mika. He's coming back. Mohinder Sandil. His name is Sandil Ramamurthy Suresh. He's coming back. Christine Rose, Angela Petrelli, and that's it.
See, Milo Ventimiglia should be back, because what's he doing?
Who?
Living his life.
Oh.
He's so attractive.
Keeping it in the pants.
I have a signed comic book because he created a comic book, which I forget what it's called, but I have a signed copy from him.
Can I have it?
No, it's mine.
So wait, give us day, time, and network that Heroes comes on.
It's on NBC. Hold on, let me pull up the page. NBC.
On Thursdays.
On Thursdays at 7 o'clock.
Boom.
Boom. So you can catch Heroes Reborn there.
7 o'clock Eastern time.
Again, I have no idea.
Well, check your local listing.
I'm assuming it's 8, 7, or 7, 8. I don't know.
Right.
Okay. It's on.
Well, check your local listings, and also on our Facebook page at The Couch Lords. Let us know what you think about the new season. Do you think it'll be better than the old one, or do you think it's still crap? We want to know.
We want to know your opinions.
All right, moving on.
Real quick, just want to talk about the Return of Doctor Who. I know you guys don't watch it, but it came back pretty much with a big bang. They brought back the notorious Doctor Who villain, which his name is Davros. They did a whole two-part story arc. We found out why Missy survived, and there's a lot going on, but I feel like it's kind of going back to the days when David Tennant was playing the Doctor, which was probably the most exciting and the best time of the Doctor Who series. And we know this is going to be the last season. His companion, Clara Oswald, who is played by, give me one sec, Jenna Coleman. This is going to be her last season on Doctor Who. She's been on the series for about maybe 3 or 4 seasons. So I don't know. We don't know if she's going to get killed off or they're going to leave her character open to returning at some point. Because as we know, sometimes the companions do get killed off and they'll never come back.
Right.
But right now it's been great. These 2 episodes have been really exciting, really thoughtful, and that's about it. That's just I feel like I got the old Doctor Who back.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Huh?
Question.
Yes.
So, Doctor Who's been on since like the 30s, right? Like,
it's something like not the 30s, but
yeah,
like the 50s. Yeah.
So, I want to start watching it, but there's a debate between like you should only watch the old or only watch the new. Where does the new start? Like, where would I watch it from the beginning if I wanted to only watch the new?
So here's the thing: the original, they call it Classic Doctor Who, which this new series is a continuation of Classic Doctor Who. I think you can find them on Netflix, but there's only a select few episodes. Because apparently, back in the day when these were shot on film, BBC had this thing of like destroying their film or repurposing it. I think it was destroying it because I don't think you can repurpose film. But so there were a lot of episodes that are just lost. They did end up finding some copies. I wanted to say somewhere like in Africa. That they found some old archive copies that everybody thought that were just gone, have gone forever. So this is the last I heard. I don't know if they ended up digitizing those and putting them up for Netflix. And I'll say this: I haven't really sat down and watched the classic Doctor Who, and that ranges from like the 50s till about maybe around the 80s, late 80s. To when they had shows, they had TV movies, and I mean, there's so many episodes that are out there. I started watching in the new series when the new series came out back in 2000. I think it was 2005, or 2000, something like that. I think it was 2005, because it's in its 8th season, 8th or 9th season right now. 9th season. So anyway, and that was kind of like, they're kind of they were just bringing it back, but it's also a continuation of the original. So when that came back is when I started watching, and the whole idea of when Doctor Who came back, they wanted to make it kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where they have a new situation, a new monster of the week, or whatever, with a whole story arc going on with the main Doctor Who villain. So, and Billy, do you know who Billie Piper is?
No.
She was on it for a few seasons. She's actually on Penny Dreadful right now. She plays Bride of Frankenstein. But she was on it for a while, and that was a huge story arc going on between Billie Piper and David Tennant for them, and it was fantastic.
So I should watch from the beginning of 2005, and I won't be left.
I don't think so, because I mean they'll sometimes make mentions to the old stuff, but I mean it's just you get it, you get that they're just kind of paying tribute to the classic Doctor Who.
Got it.
And they'll bring it, but the whole point of it was to bring it back for a new younger audience.
Okay.
So while still retaining the fan base from the classic Doctor Who.
Okay. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna start.
Yeah, I think you should start watching it. It's a lot of fun.
Hit us with the time and dates.
It is on BBC America. I think they actually air it on Saturday evenings at 8 o'clock. I don't have a listening time for them, but if you go to the AMC website, because AMC bought BBC America, you can actually watch it there for free.
Nice. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Okay.
Cool.
So next, now we're going to start getting into some of the returning shows. Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Sure, it premiered. We know Monroe doesn't watch. Love that eye roll, Monroe.
I was checking my phone. Sorry.
We'll be quick.
I don't care. Go ahead.
Manas, you want to start?
No, you do. You go ahead.
Well, okay. Let's just a very, very brief recap of last season. We ended the season of Marvel with a lot going on. Skye was just getting control of her powers, and she and Coulson got his arm cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Mac saved Coulson from dying.
Yeah.
Lincoln had something crazy happen with Lincoln. He was one of the Inhumans with the electrical powers. Skye's dad got
impaled, right? He got impaled.
Something of the sort, yeah. I don't remember exactly. That was really weird.
He when he reapparated,
Not him. That was the evil dude. Lincoln is the good dude.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's the evil one.
I mixed them up.
But and then of course they saved the day. But at the end of the episode, the Terrigen Mist leaked into the ocean and got into fish and the sea life, and then that sea life got turned into fish oil, vitamins and stuff, and so now it's spreading, and then that was the end of the season. And so we pick up this season, and they kind of did a little bit of a little jump. Also Bobby. Bobby was tortured by what's his name? What's the other guy?
Oh yeah. Hold on. By the evil agent, the ex-agent, Marvel. Oh nope, that's Avengers. Marvel.
While he's looking that up, but Bobby was tortured at the end of the season as well, and so at the beginning of this season, they kind of did a little bit of a jump. Bobby sort of recovered. She's back.
Ward is his name. Sorry.
Ward.
Yeah.
What is Ward? Yeah.
Grant Ward. Yeah.
Yeah, Ward.
Yeah.
So she's back in the lab. She's still recovering. She's not 100%.
May's gone. She just disappeared.
Took vacation and never came back.
Right.
She's still in the season because her name is still in the credits.
Right. But she ran away. We don't know where she is.
Right.
Fitz is trying to figure out what happened with Gemma.
Yes. Gemma got swallowed up by that shape-shifting stone.
Yeah.
And so it was very weird because when I watched the episode, it was like the team was already together. Skye's going by Daisy now, and then Mac and Nick Blood's character Hunter, where they're this little team, going around trying to save the Inhumans and stuff. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you're figuring out where everybody is. It's just kind of like a reestablishment of the characters and their storylines, and we see that Bobby and Hunter have been sleeping together and kind of back in each other's arms and stuff like that. And Mac decided to stay even though he was trying to quit and leave. And then Fitz is off trying to figure out where Gemma is. So that's kind
wait, my voice echoed back to me. What's her name? Constance Zimmer from Unreal. She's on the show now too as Rosalind. She's kind of the antagonist, but not necessarily the villain.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know if she's the antagonist because we found out in this episode that at the beginning it alluded that she was killing the Inhumans and like doing study and stuff on them. Mm-hmm. But then later in the episode we find out that it's not her, it's someone else, and she's trying to save them too. So we don't know if she's bad, good, or indifferent or whatnot. But that'll be an interesting story plot for her.
Yeah, I think it was cool. They started this, this season off with a pretty big bang. The budget's there because now they're doing stuff with Sky's powers and like there's a lot. I know there's a lot going on there, and the special effects, the quality, and the story writing has gotten way better than the first season. But I feel like it's still trying to hang on to an audience because I think people were so turned off by that first season still. So many people were just like, oh, this is not, I remember when it started, people were like, this is so disappointing, blah, blah, blah. And it was disappointing. But then I'm telling you, it took that 360 in the second season, and I'm sorry, 180, not 360. And it's just gotten so much better. I can't even, I don't know how else to recommend it, but just, stick with it if you're thinking about watching it.
I agree. I would definitely say stick with it. It's got a little bit of an uphill battle, an uphill climb, but I'm enjoying all of the character stories and developments. I won't get into too much, I'll let you guys watch. But I will say that, Daisy, I was, from the second season on, like, Sky/Daisy became one of my favorite characters. Mm-hmm. And then when she was able to control her powers, I was like, see, she's going to be even more badass.
Yeah.
I think that the more Inhumans that they uncover and put this team together and stuff, the more different kind of powers and stuff we'll be able to see. The only antagonist that we saw was this really weird mutant guy who sort of looked like Reyna, but was a guy and was bigger. We have no idea where he came from, what he's doing. We just know he wants to kill the Inhumans.
Yeah.
Point blank, the period.
So, we don't know what's going on there, so we'll find out.
So, overall thoughts, Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I give it an A. Honestly, it was a really strong start to, I hope, another great season. So,
yeah. I think they did a very good job of cutting it in half and like leaving a very big cliffhanger at the end of the season and then being able to pick it back up and want to see. The only qualm I will say is that, God, I hope they don't do this. Please leave Bobby and Hunter on the show.
Yeah.
Don't do a spinoff or anything just yet. It's too soon.
Yeah.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
They have so much. I think that they're so much of an integral part of what's making this successful now. Mm-hmm. I need that on this show. Give it a couple of seasons and let them kind of breathe and get more of their, storyline and character fan following and stuff. Please don't spin them off yet.
Yeah.
It's so too soon. But I
can't even see them holding a show on their own. It
would tank. So don't. ABC, if you're listening, Ben Sherwood, we know you're the president of ABC. Don't do it. Stan. Listen. Don't do it. Not yet. I'm going to give it an A, too. Time and listing. Tuesdays. ABC. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. There you go.
I'm in there.
Thank you. I don't have any new fun facts about this show, but you should watch it. It's great. It's awesome. You already got Captain America Civil War, so there are going to be a lot of tie-ins to that.
Oh, and they did make a reference to Ant-Man in the first episode.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
Was trying to figure out the stuff, and Coulson was like, we know you've done this, and it wasn't that, and we thought it may have been something that happened with the incident at Pym Industries, and she could have been microscopic, and it wasn't that.
I missed that.
So
I didn't catch that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so they're still weaving everything in and out, so that's good.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, moving on. We got Monroe yawning over here.
Well, here, let's talk about Scream Queens. And Monroe, you start us off.
See, honestly, like to me, it hasn't gotten much better. And remember last week you said something about Keke Palmer being like a stereotypical black chick?
Right.
I think that like in every slasher movie that the stereotypes are so stereotypical and super defined, and I think that's why they're doing that, because you have like the bitchy white chick, you have the douchey jockey guy, and I think they're trying to embrace it. I think it's too over the top. But
I think it may be a satire. I think it may be satirical because it is over the top.
It is, but like it's too much. Like if it's done right, it works really well. I still am having trouble like really getting into the show. But I see the dad of the main girl,
right?
Grace or the Skylar actress. I don't like the dad, so they're still trying to figure out who the Red Devil is. They banned the Red Devil mascot. They got a new one. He's a clone. He dies.
There was a pretty funny. I thought this was funny, but it was also kind of like, you know, classic sitcom moment when Jamie Lee Curtis and that other woman.
Neeson, she was on SNL.
Yeah, where they had to sleep in the same room, and Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't like her because she's trying to get her man, which is the dad of the main girl. Anyway, so they had to share a room because they decided that they're going to move into the sorority house just to keep an eye on things, and then Jamie Lee Curtis had that ridiculous noise machine.
That was pretty funny.
That had like screaming baboons and like she's like, I'm just gonna set this to slasher movie. And the other woman was just like, okay, I think I'm gonna sleep on the couch. And Jamie Lee Curtis is like, I think that would be best. With the slasher movie shows going on in the background.
And then she like shoves the beds together.
Yes.
Like finally.
This is what I think about Scream Queens, and this is what I'm going back to what Monroe was saying about, you know, it's like really over the top. I really think it is supposed to be a satire because it reminds me so much of the movie Scream. Because if you notice, every time the Red Devil is in the room, how do they end up kicking the Red Devil's ass first? Like they end up like kicking him or knocking him over a couch or something like that, and it reminds me just of Scream. But then he's able to come back and like knock them down and kill them, but like these people are putting up a fight. I'm like, come on. You know, like kick him in the crotch and he's gonna fall over the couch and be hella dramatic, and then he's gonna come back with a chainsaw and cut your head off. So.
I just want it to be darker, and I think it's like, because we all know what to expect of Ryan Murphy, and it's like out of all the shows that he's done, it's always like sort of like Norman Rockwell, but like dark.
Right.
You know, like awful or. What was the other show we did? Oh, The New Normal. That was really good, but it was like, I don't know. The way to describe
it was okay. They have this. So Ryan Murphy has this tendency to create this really awesome, really funny villain that you just kind of love to hate, like Sue Sylvester from Glee.
Yeah.
And then in this case, I guess from The New Normal, it was the mom of the woman who was carrying the baby for them, for the couple. Mm-hmm. And she was awesome too. She was really great. But then they had this tendency to give them like too much heart, and then they turn into this sappy, you know, person when really you just want them to be like a well-rounded villain type character, you know. Yeah. So,
You also got to understand though that I mean this is a network television show, so you're not going to get too much darker on Fox.
Yeah. I know.
Right.
If you want dark, stick with American Horror Story. You know.
Yeah. With Scream Queens, I get what you're saying. Like they're kind of teetering on the edge of, you know.
It's like a comedy horror movie.
Right. Yeah. Which I get, but they're teetering too far. It's like they kind of go back and forth too much between those two. I don't know, those two aspects. Like, you know, is this a dark horror? Is this a comedy? Yeah. Okay, let's try to make a little bit of both. But it's. Sometimes it balances and works well, and other times it's just like, what?
And I think overall the show just needs some, like, depth. Like, I don't...
Maybe. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't... It's just, like, the feel that I get from the show. It's just...
So...
There needs to be more.
Rotten Tomatoes gave this 57% on the tomato meter.
Yeah.
And the critic consensus says it's too tasteless for mainstream viewers and too silly for horror enthusiasts. Scream Queens fails to satisfy.
Yeah.
I
I thought the funniest part of this one was when the guys are all dressed in white and they're playing Backstreet Boys.
Oh, yeah, that was great. That was really funny.
While that was playing, I was like, that's my jam.
If there's more shit like that, I think it will be better. The thing that sucks is that like they are probably already done shooting. Like I don't know if it's going to be a full 22 episode season or not, but like they're just I'll keep watching it. It just needs to figure out what it wants.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they need to, honestly, in my opinion, my favorite character on the show is Niecy Nash, the cop. Like, I think she is hilarious, and she's only a guest star, but I think they'll make a big mistake if they, like, kill her off, and I think that's what's going to happen because she's only a guest star. She should have been, like, a main, like, a cast member, because that whole scene with her and Keke Palmer in the car, and she was like, oh, but you haven't heard Exhibit E. You have a chainsaw under your bed. She was like, my grandmother gave me that chainsaw. Well, here you go, but I got my. I'm like, that's the worst lie ever.
So Scream Queens is actually it's like American Horror Story in the sense that it's an anthology series.
Okay.
And it's only 13 episodes. So it's whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna resolve by episode 13, which airs looks like in January. They're gonna finish up.
So it is an anthology?
Yeah, it's an anthology. I remember when they were first developing it that this is going to be an anthology series.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the other part I liked was when they were eating salad, and the girl's salad dressing bottle made a fart noise, and she was laughing. Like,
that's right.
That would have been me.
Okay, I've got one more then. This is another one with Niecy Nash, where her and Keke Palmer and the main girl were in Ariana Grande's Chanel No. 2's room, and she was like, yeah, this is blood on the carpet. She said, and also works good with horseradish, and I love me some Arby's. So when I go to Arby's, I'm going to do a little squirt on there just to make sure there ain't no horseradish sauce right there. And then we'll go to the Bel Air mansion, and she's like, these hoes, they asked me if I wanted to go to Bel Air.
Oh, and Roger Bart played Ariana Grande's dad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Charisma Carpenter, the Cordelia from Buffy.
Yes.
Oh, is that the mom?
Yeah.
But the dad, he is the singing voice for Hercules. He also helped compose Disney songs, and he's a Broadway star. Oh. He's a big deal. And I saw him. He played Gene Wilder's character in Young Frankenstein, the play. He's hilarious. I love him.
Oh, nice.
So that was a cute little cameo he did.
So I have some fun facts.
Okay.
Ryan Murphy, there's a lot, but I'm not going to go through all of them. Ryan Murphy is often bribed by the cast to tell them who the killer is, and it never works. Let's see. The mansion in the pilot is the same one as Who Done It and Marriage Boot Camp. I don't know either of those. And let's see, there was another one. Oh, it's Ariana Grande's first TV acting since Sam and Cat, and it's also her first horror role. And the main character, the Chanel No. 1 or whatever, is actually based off of that girl who wrote that scathing email to her sorority house, like back in 2000. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember I showed you guys a dramatic reading by the dude from Superman?
Yeah. It's that same email. So they based it off of her. Yeah, so.
Okay, give us time and dates.
It's a Fox show, correct? Hold on.
It should be Fox.
It's on Fox. I do not have a time.
Should be 8.
Well, I don't have it, so you can catch it on Hulu.
Fox Network on Tuesdays, maybe 8, maybe 9.
Here we go. It's on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock on Fox.
There we go. Boom, boom. Oh, what are we scoring this one? Episode 2.
C+.
Ooh.
B-.
Yeah. Well, I will give it the B+ it deserves.
All right. Okay. So next, what do we got next? Did you guys see the Muppets?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Fun.
Number one joke No dirty pictures in Miss Piggy's birthday card. I guess I can make it into a saxophone. That was my favorite one.
I love the whole part where she was like, they were like, code red, and she was like throwing shit around the office and everything, and the guys were talking under there, and he was like, did Miss Piggy find out her real size again? And he was like, God, no. Dude, I'm so twisted up in this tornado of lies, she'll never know her weight size or clothing size. Yes.
So basically, she was pissed off because she didn't have a date for, what was it, the People's Choice Awards?
Something like that.
And so they set her up with Josh Groban, which ended up working out, but then she was a little bit too calm because he was trying to say, oh, your show is more sophisticated, or, you should be interviewing authors, and, and she ended up being too, I don't know, vanilla, I guess, for the show. So Kermit had an idea to put Josh Groban's name on her billboard, on Miss Piggy's billboard, to say Josh Groban presents or Late Night with Miss Piggy, and he said, "Look, Miss Piggy, you're the only female late night talk show host. You have a man presenting you, or something like that, something to that extent.
You're not afraid to show that you need a man's help or something."
Yeah.
Josh Groban, and he was like, "Bye."
Yeah.
We know she wasn't having that. Jay Leno was also in this episode too.
Oh, that's right, because
Fozzie
the Bear he stole a candy dish from his house when he went to his party.
That
and then Lance Fishburne was also in the episode at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, he was very.
The guy with the cookies. And he was like, "Oh, you should give them to the band. They're always happy legally now."
Legally now.
It's like, ooh. So you can tell this is definitely a grown-up show. We got sex jokes and marijuana jokes and everything in between.
That's
so
right.
I liked it.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. Yeah, I agree. I gave it a B+.
A.
I gave it a B+.
And you can catch this on Tuesdays. It's the Muppets, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on ABC.
Awesome. Moving on.
I got... Minority Report.
Okay.
How was that? Because I didn't watch it.
Monroe, you want to do it?
It was okay. It was what it was. I was thinking it was going to be, but like, I don't know. So it's just like a regular crime show where there's a new crime each episode that they have to solve, and then there's like this longer running subplot where she's not supposed to be working with the precog because it's illegal, and so that's like so they're trying not to get caught. That's like the subplot. So it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of like whatever now. I give it like
good. I mean, it's I don't see much of a jump from episode 1 to episode 2. You know, I mean, the graphics and stuff are still there. I still like Vega's character and Dash's character. I think they got good chemistry now. I agree with you. You know, I mean, it's kind of the same little formula right there. It's just in a different setting and a different time and stuff. I'll be interested to see how Wilder Valderrama's character and Nick Zano's character kind of move along here and kind of develop as characters because they're part of the main cast. So that'll be interesting. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it either.
The only reason why I haven't watched it yet is because I watched the promos and the trailer for it, and it just looks bad.
Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad show. Like, the show is good. Like, there's action, there's crime solving. I think Megan Good plays an awesome female lead. She does kick ass. She's not weak by any means necessary. It's just now we start, that's the generalizations, but now we start getting into the weeds a little bit about, okay, now we're talking about the plot. How is the dialogue? How is the script? How are we moving from episode to episode? And that's where it's sort of falling a little bit flat for me, and I think Monroe too.
Yeah, it's like it's stagnant, and it's hard to establish that already, like with 2 episodes. But that's exactly the feel that I get, and so it's like.
And I think it's because.
But just to see if there's more development, but like I won't be watching for much longer if they don't change.
I think we need to know a little bit more about Megan Good's main character. We still don't know a lot about her background. I want to hear more about that we know about Dashes because he was a precog, and so I think we learned a little bit more about that. But then we need to know about his sister Agatha, like what's her intentions, because she's sort of the antagonist slash a wild card, and so is her brother, who's played, I forget his name, that's played by Nick Zano. And so we need a little bit more background and development from those characters. And we need to do something about Will Valderrama's character. He's hanging on by a thread to me. To me, I don't think that there's any point of him being there besides being another obstacle for Vega, the main character. And to me, that's still kind of pointless.
I think what's going to happen is he's going to actually be a good person to have on Vega's side. I think that he's going to find out about the precog and be cool about it, but just if that's true, then it's already really predictable. And they need to stop bringing up current artists now and referring to them as oldies. Like, to me, it's just so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
We brought up Beyonce, and I'm like, just leave it out of it. You don't need to keep addressing the fact that it's like 2065. Yeah.
Yeah, the comments he made, they were like in a room or something like that, and the guy was going through records or something, and he was like, "Look at this oldie, like Beyonce," and she was like, "Beyonce? That's a classic," or something like that. I don't. That was the reference, but it was just like, yeah, calm down.
Oh gosh.
So I think this one is C+, but I'll keep watching.
You're giving it a what?
C+.
I'm giving it a B-.
So I'm looking at the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Critic consensus gave it 29%, and audience score is 44%.
Okay.
And the consensus says it's lacking either the action or the imagination of its big screen predecessor. Minority Report is a pedestrian spin-off that fails to capture the vision of the film. Which I don't think that's a fair way to judge it if it's based from the film. But I'm just going. Again, I haven't watched the show. I'm going off of what the reviews have been saying and the promos that I've been seeing. It just doesn't look good to me. I'm sorry.
I think to combat that, this is my last thing about it. Just because there's a few actors and actresses that I think that really deserve a lead role in a TV show to do well, and I think Megan Good is one of those. She has been working her ass off and has been on some failed shows, but I don't think you can compare. Obviously the TV show has to be a come off of the movie, but the movie had such a bigger budget. It had such a bigger thing. You can only do so much on a TV budget, which means that you have to be a little bit more creative writing-wise. And plot-wise to help move it along, because you're not going to have that money for graphics, and you're not going to have that money for big-budget explosions and car crashes and.
Which you don't need that, but I mean, as long as you got the writing, the writing and the character development as to support that. The special effects should not be the thing that drives the show. It needs to come from the writing and characters.
Yeah.
Because you can't compare it to a movie. The movie's like 2 hours long, and you said they just need to figure out the pacing in the show. You thought the last episode was like really slow.
Well, it's just getting started, so let's see where this goes. Hopefully, it'll pick up soon. I'll try to catch it when I'm not done watching a million other shows.
When does it come on again?
It is on Fox. Give me half a second to look this up. Hold, please.
Sorry, I keep coming to you for these, but you're so good at it.
I'm not that good at it. Okay, Minority Report. It is on Fox.
Should be Mondays.
Does not say.
Should be Mondays at like 9 or 10.
Yeah, if you say so, because I can't find a date for it.
So let's go with that. Minority Report, Mondays, Fox, 9 or 10.
Got a Hulu account? Go ahead and watch it on Hulu. Oh, here we go, on TV. Mondays at 9 o'clock on Fox.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, good job.
All right.
All right, so let's see. We're getting toward the end of our list here. A Modern Family.
I thought it was funny. You start, Manas, I mean.
I'm a huge fan of Modern Family. I love Modern Family. I love the characters. I've always loved it since day one. I feel like this season, for me, has kind of fizzled so far. And I get it, they're only 2 episodes in. And some of the stuff is still there. This one was a little bit more it was more touching than funny for me, which I like, but it's still. I need like a little. I miss the oomph that it had in the earlier seasons, and I feel like I'm not quite getting that, if that makes sense.
I'll just give you my highlights. I thought this episode was extremely funny, and I'll tell you why. My funny moments. The first one was when it was Jay, Claire, Gloria, and Manny were all by the pool, and they were trying to get him to. They were trying to fake going to Cam and Lily's soccer match. And they were like, well, we'll just shoot you in the foot. And Jay was like, no, I'm not going to shoot you in the foot. And Claire was like, right. Well, no, you're not doing that. We'll find another one. So she gets up and walks to Gloria and was like, shoot. What are we going to do? Shoot. And then Gloria's like, oh, and like shoots him. And then it cuts to the interview and she was like, watch the water bottle. She gets up and walks away and like shoots him from behind her back.
Oh yeah, because she had just said like, oh, it was such an accident. That was such like I didn't even expect that to happen. And she goes, watch the sippy cup, and she walks away and bam.
I thought that was hilarious, and I love the part where.
That was a funny moment. That was a highlight for me too.
Well, there was plenty though, like the part where they were sitting down by the pool and Jay was reading the email or the text message from Cam, where it was like, oh, you hurt your foot. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. And they were like, okay. And then Manny was like, wait, read that in Cam's voice. Oh, my God, you hurt your foot. I'm so sorry. And they were like, we're screwed. I thought that part was hilarious, too.
Yeah. I think I'm missing, like, the stuff like remember way back when, for like Valentine's Day or their anniversary, how Phil and Claire would like go to like a hotel and they pretend they're this other couple. So there was one episode where Claire she was only wearing like I think she was completely naked under like this trench coat, and she was doing this thing to be sexy for Phil, and they met at the bar and they were about to go up to their hotel room, and then they run into her dad and Gloria. And something happened and her coat gets stuck in the escalator and she can't move. She can't. Because she's not wearing anything underneath.
I remember that. Yeah.
Those are the stuff like that, stuff like that I remember. And then like when they were trying to tell Gloria that she doesn't drive very well and they didn't want to break it to her, and then she got pissed off when somebody actually told her. And in the end, she had like that come to Jesus moment when she was like, you know what, it's fine. Like I understand. Like I might drive a little crazy sometimes. And then they walk out and like she had like crashed into the side of the building. There was like a giant cupcake that toppled over her car. It's just like that. Like those they used to have these big comedic payoffs that I feel like it's kind of lacking right now.
Give it time. I think it'll be.
Like I said, I love Modern Family. It's not like this episode was unfunny. I'm not saying that at all. I feel like it's starting to, fizzle down. I think because they raised the bar so high.
Yeah.
They raised the bar so high with their comedy and their style of writing that, it's now, they need to kind of come up with some new things.
Last funny moment for me was when they were at the soccer field. And that lady came over and took Mitch's whistle and like snatched it off his neck, and then he went back to go get it from her, and he tried to snatch it.
Knocked her down.
He's like, God, you made it seem so much easier. I was like, damn.
I thought somebody was going to say something to Cam with the binoculars on the side of the field because he looked like a pedophile.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't address that. I think that would have been too much, Yeah.
So I give it an A-.
A.
B. Solid B. Sorry. I can't help it. I think we've come to the end of our list. One thing is that I have been binge watching Fear the Walking Dead. It's a very short season. It's only, I think the whole season's 7 episodes, and there's only one more episode to go. It's on AMC on Sundays, and it's not bad. It's very different from the Walking Dead show. They actually have like a soundtrack, and it's still terrifying in the sense that they're showing the whole transition of not necessarily how the virus started, but how it's starting to take over, like how things are starting to get apocalyptic, and how the military is handling it. And it's always the military that's the villains in this, but I mean everybody's getting kind of desperate and things are starting to shift. So that's one thing. The Strain. is amazing. It's so good. They got one more episode left into the season finale. I'm sorry, Marcus, what?
I said I'm too scared to watch that show. I can't
The
do it.
Strain?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm a punk. I'm a baby. I can't.
It's you know what? It's a scary show. I'll say that.
So don't count on me watching it.
No, it is. It kind of. I actually, I am really big into horror films and TV, whatever. But I think this is like one of the very few shows that actually gave me nightmares one night.
Well, you and Monroe can have that because I'm sure that's right up Monroe's alley.
I actually started watching it, and I got to, I think, almost the end of the first season, and then I kind of got bored of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's not boring.
I just thought it was taking too long to get to where it needed to go, and I was like, eh.
It can get like that, a little bit like that, but it picks up and it gets so good. It's so good. It's really good. The other show that I had finished watching season 2 of was Penny Dreadful, and Penny Dreadful is basically, the show is based off of the old time Penny Dreadful stories, like The Wolfman, Frankenstein. There's Dorian Gray. Have you guys heard of the story of Dorian Gray?
We were all in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I mean, there's all these old-time Penny Dreadful stories, and they turned it into this really dark, intense horror show. And this, the second season, it was mostly about witches, and they're trying to get the main character. Her name is oh my god, I'm having a major brain fart right now. But anyway, they're trying to get the main character to be taken as the bride of the devil. They're trying to sacrifice her. Vanessa Ives. I'm sorry, I don't know why that name escaped me. But then they also address like Joan of Arc's story and. Like a lot of classic stories are in there, so it's a really good, interesting watch. The first season was about they had like this whole vampire story arc, and then the second season is more about witches, and I don't know where they're going to go with the third season. Everybody kind of separated at the end, but Timothy Dalton's in it. Timothy Dalton, he was James Bond for a while, and Billie Piper from Doctor Who. And Eva Green plays Vanessa Ives. She's the main character. She's the female lead. And then we got Josh Hartnett, who is he's actually, well, spoiler alert, he's the Wolfman. So anyway, it's an excellent show. It's on Showtime. If you don't have Showtime, Hulu is now letting you add on to your subscription for $8 a month. You can watch Showtime shows. So that's $8 on top of your normal subscription.
Cool.
So yeah.
Well, Baines, what is the time for news?
It's time for news.
Let's do this.
We don't have a lot, though.
No, you go ahead. You get started, and then I'll go on with mine.
Oh, okay. Daniel Craig is going to be in one more James Bond movie.
Woo!
Awesome.
It's kind of waiting on Idris Elba.
I know. That's what I was getting ready to say. They need to let Idris just come on, Idris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Spectre. That looks, pretty amazing. And they haven't even showed much action in the trailers yet either. It just looks.
Yeah. The teaser trailer for Ip Man 3 came out, and it shows Mike Tyson and Donnie Yen having a little face-off. And I don't know how I feel about that because Mike Tyson. What?
I said I'm gonna have to take a look at the trailer because I feel the same way. I'm like, Mike Tyson.
Well, also it's based off of an actual dude, like Yip Man, who is the creator of Wing Chun. So it's like I don't know how Mike Tyson, like a character like him, would fit in. I don't, because it's always been like Chinese versus Japanese.
Well, I guess maybe they're trying to make it more hip or up to date.
But they can't because it's his life. It already happened. It's like it's historical. It's like they can't just do something because they think that I don't know. So we'll see.
Doing it already.
It's not really news, but Desperate Housewives is now on Hulu, and start watching it again. That's all I have.
Okay, so I got a few things. Cynthia Nixon. We all know her as Miranda from Sex and the City. She is set to, I think, be a regular cast member, actually, on Showtime's The Affair. I think the story if I recall, was it involves this married couple who had separated but have to come back together to work with each other because of some crime that happened. So it's a kind of a melodrama show, and Cynthia Nixon's going to play a therapist. That's all I have for that. Okay. The other thing I have is, Amazon had signed a multi-year licensing deal with CBS. So for the next 3 years, you can watch. There's 3 upcoming summer series that are coming out on CBS. The first one is called Brain Dead. The other 2 have not been developed yet. But you'll be able to watch a new episode 4 days after it airs on TV without any additional cost to your subscription for Amazon Prime. And the last that I have is Roseanne is getting an adaptation in Russia. So apparently there's an independent network in Russia that has they got the green light to do the pilot for the Roseanne adaptation. So it's basically just going to be the Russian version of Roseanne. So
there's so many Russian jokes I could say. I said there's so many Russian jokes or metaphors that we could say. I refrain.
Side note: did you guys see the opening credits for American Horror Story Hotel?
No, but I saw that they've just released it today.
They just published it.
Okay.
We'll talk about that next time because I think American Horror Story is going to premiere next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the 10th.
7th.
7th. Yeah, the 10th is on a Saturday.
Oh, it's on the 7th. Oh, my birthday. Hey. Side note, happy birthday, Monroe. Her birthday was yesterday.
30th. 30th. Yes.
She's 117 years old.
No, I'm just 17.
Looking for 60 years.
Don't worry, Monroe. I got 10 years on you.
Yeah, we all do. Is that all for news?
That's all. That's all I got. It's
cool.
A slow news week.
I know, just a little bit. Well, don't forget to follow us on the various platforms that we are currently on, including SoundCloud, Facebook. Do we have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, you can catch us at Couch Lords. It's an unedited version. You actually get to see our faces, but yeah, we're on YouTube. SoundCloud, iTunes. Those are the big.
Follow us on Twitter. Tweet us at Couch Lords.
Yep, we're on Facebook and working on the website, trying to get that back on track.
Awesome. You can also follow our personal Twitter handles: Marcus B. Steele with an E on the end, Alex R. Manas, and Alexandra.
Sarah M.
Sarah M.
Alexandra Sarah M.
Nope.
Cool.
So, what are we gonna watch for next week?
Oh yeah.
We got American Horror Story for next week. That's premiering.
And TGIT.
What's that?
Oh.
TGIT.
Yes, and we didn't talk about Empire either, so I guess we'll save it for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch up on that.
Okay. Yes, TGIT, Empire, and probably American Horror Story.
Yes.
Finally.
So ready.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Who wants to lead us off?
You do.
Well, we are the Couch Lords, where we sit.
We watch.
No, we conquer.
Wait, did I do that? I think I did that wrong.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I always forget.
We are the Couch Lords, where we sit.
We watch.
We conquer.
Anticlimactic. God, we'll work on that. Cool.
Bye, guys.